This is bait. Life outside the Federal Witness Protection Program. A very dangerous way to exist.
Skinheads, deadhead, everybody, gun bad, situation, aggravation, everybody, allegation, innocence, on the news, everybody, dog food, bang bang, shot dead, everybody, gun bad. All I wanna say is that they don't really care about us.
Hey, it's Suze, and welcome to tonight's episode of Keep the Bad Guys Away. War Crimes Unit, hey, nice to see ya. Hey, boy, you know what? I found out something really interesting today. You know, like one of the locals was telling me, he was describing a situation to me, and you know what he was describing was sounding like what they call in the United States human smuggling. And I thought, oh my God, crap, dude, I better tell somebody because this sounds like a total bad deal. And it didn't sound like, you know, this guy that was telling me this, he didn't sound like the type of person that would approach law enforcement, because apparently he had been arrested before, like by the Mexican authorities for selling marijuana on the street or something like that. So, but anyway, I hear about these things and I hate it when people tell me these things, because then I feel like, God, crap, dude, I need to tell somebody about this. But yeah, here's my problem in Mexico. My problem in Mexico is that I don't speak enough Spanish. So when you're talking about, like, you know, having to explain like kind of complex crimes or suspicious activity or something like that, it's really hard for me to be able to convey that. But I tried, right? So the first person I saw like a Mexican police officer, so a Policía Municipal. And he spoke very little English, and then like some guy came up and he was trying to translate, but I don't think he was translating correctly. See, that's another problem when you're trying to use translators. Like, I never know if they're conveying what I'm saying in the right way to the Mexican authorities. So, you know, so like that one didn't work. But then I found another Policía Municipal, and then I thought, okay, I'll try this again. He didn't speak a lot of English, but I found a better translator. And then what got translated back to me is that he wanted me to tell Mexican immigration. And you know, it's like I knew where they have like an office that's like at this bridge, you know, where we're close to the border crossing. So I went up there and, you know, I don't know what the hell, dude. I was looking at, you know, I could see like through the doorway. I know that there were people in the office, but like the security guard wasn't letting me in. And I mean, you know what, here's the thing. I know I don't look like much, but I've been such a victim of some hellacious crimes. And so the only reason that I know stuff or know how to report stuff is because I've been victimized by these things myself. Plus I do a lot of reading and a lot of research, because the more I can learn about these kinds of crimes or, you know, associated crimes, the better that I can protect myself, right? So, like, I do have some understanding about human trafficking, being a victim of human trafficking, and then when you learn about that, you learn about human smuggling, too. So, but I don't really know what they call it in Mexico. In the United States, they call it human smuggling. It's probably called something else here in Mexico. I don't really know what. But anyway, the security guard wouldn't let me in the immigration door to talk to immigration so I can make a law enforcement report. So I'm like, fuck, dude, you know, and I'm thinking, now what the hell do I do? Well, I had to go into the United States anyway. And generally speaking, I know customs really, you know, doesn't like me there, because, you know, if you saw one of my other videos, customs agent had chewed me out. Plus, I didn't want to hold up the line with that. And so when I got through, I thought, well, maybe I'll find a border patrol agent, because a lot of times these border patrol cars will drive by. Well, you know, I was around there, and I ate at McDonald's. I tried to check my mail. Checked my mail. My paycheck is still not there from that damn nursing agency up in Los Angeles. The one that won't direct deposit my check and is full of a bunch of bullshit on a sting operation up in LA. But anyway, so my paycheck wasn't there. But then I ate at McDonald's. Kept thinking I'd find a border patrol agent. One didn't drive by. And I said, well, let me see if I can just try some other customs agents. So I found 3 customs agents at this like convenience store. Okay, so I found these customs agents at this convenience store, right? So I was trying to explain what what I had heard to them, and then they wanted me to talk to a supervisor in customs. So then I waited over in security, near security near customs, until one had time to come out. And apparently she needed more information. She gave me this brochure, and she said, well, you could just report it on this toll-free number. I'm like, can't I just report it at ice.gov? And she's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I've never used that. I'm like, oh, you can actually go in. I'm telling customs this. I'm telling a customs agent supervisor. If you go to ice.gov, there's actually a checkbox that you can just check, human smuggling. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, dude. She gave me this brochure. I was like, kind of like, whatever. And I'm like, well, I have a nice special agent. And I said, I guess I could just call and tell him, and she's like, well, you could just do that too. So anyway, what eventually happened is that I ended up calling Special Agent Robert with the Female Security Investigations out of Houston, and just explained to me, I felt like I needed to report what I heard, but, I just was having a hell of a time doing it, but here's what I know kind of thing. If I find out anything more, I'll tell you, because, it's my understanding that human smuggling is like a big, huge thing that, priority that ICE is, like really working on. So anyway, so I reported it. Of course, I'm in California, and again, I'm reporting something to an ICE agent, special agent, all the way down 2,000 miles away in Houston, based on crimes that are occurring or believed to be occurring right around where I am. But anyway, it's been reported. And then so when I went back into Mexico, you know what? It's like, because usually, like they check people. Well, I've never really been checked. I mean, I've been inspected by immigration before when I've flown into Mexico and stuff like that, because I've got like a 6-month pass. So I've been inspected by the Mexican authorities, before. But when you go into Mexico, you have to push this little button, and depending on if it's green, then you can just go right through. If it's red, then you got to stop, and your bags had to be checked. But usually mine's just green, and I just go. But anyway, so I stopped and I asked these people that were searching the bags where immigration was. So they pointed me in the right direction, then I just went right past the military, I guess it's the military. There's a military police, and there's the regular Mexican military. So I just went right past the Mexican military, and they directed me to immigration in there. But the trouble is, I was trying to see if I could tell a Mexican immigration official about this, what I heard, and if and then I could of course tell him about my case too, in case you want to hear about that. But the trouble is, he didn't speak enough English, and I just don't speak enough Spanish. But anyway, so at least it's been reported. That's all I can say. It's kind of like when I work at the hospital, it's like, you try so hard, you tell the doctor, you know what, and if you don't think you're going to get anywhere, you tell another doctor that might be on the case, and you tell another doctor, and eventually somebody's got to eventually somebody will do something. But it's I probably would have had better luck and wouldn't have had to call Homeland Security down in Houston had I been able to find Border Patrol. But it was just sort of a hit or miss as to whether or not they're there or not, because I know that Border Patrol has a good connection with Mexican immigration, because they have all these tunnel task forces and stuff like that, because they're trying to deal with all this transnational crime. But anyway, so that's what happened today. Somehow I got jacked with dealing with this whole human smuggling report. But you know what? Here's the thing: when it comes to these kinds of crimes, a lot of people could get hurt. I mean, if these crimes aren't investigated and stuff, and these ringleaders that are doing this, if they're not captured, I mean, they have the potential of hurting a lot of people. So that's why I said, even though I get screwed on a daily basis, it's and sometimes I think to myself, well, shit, dude, what the hell? Why do I care about anybody else? Nobody cares about me. At the same time, the ethics kick in, and I say, oh shit, I gotta find somebody and I gotta report it. Anyway, that's tonight's episode. Keep the bad guys away. War Crimes Unit. Keep your stun gun handy in the United States. There's real criminals and terrorists out there. I'll see you next time.